Hey, hello.
How are you all doing this evening?
So glad
I
you're
see
not muted.
some of you may have just jumped here from another live stream that's been going on for the last hour. Much appreciated to our good friend AllShorts. If you're not a subscriber of him, you should be. I don't see why you should not. But thank you all very much for coming. Welcome again, Season 2, Episode 17 of the Snowflake Show. I am your co-host, Regan Elite, alongside...
I'm Lee Corn, the other guy.
Yes,
Yes,
Lee Khan.
Lee Khan.
And over the next hour, guys, we're going to give you the latest news and views and share some funny and good news stories as well to boot. Lee, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm okay. You?
Yep, not too bad. Just before we go any further, just want to say a big thank you to pretty much most of you, or pretty much the vast majority of you guys in the chat for coming and hanging out with me on Monday night with a first ever live stream on my channel, a Snowflake's Viewpoint. I much appreciated it, guys. It had a lot of fun. Was not expecting such a crowd to turn up for my first proper live stream. So thank you all very much for coming. Lee could not join. He had other issues, unfortunately, but he would have joined if he could have.
I was on the M62.
That does happen. Who have we got in the chat today, Lee?
So we've got some guy called Regan Lee again. Ginger's Giraffes here. Hi, Gingers.
Hello,
David
Gingers.
Hi, David. 91 Leeds. Hi, 91 Leeds. Hi, everybody. Chatty Rat. Good evening, all. Hi, Chatty. Duke Vengeance is here. Arise, Knights of the Blizzard. The Blizzard. We're talking about Microsoft now, Activision.
Well, Lee took the snow away, so there's no blizzard anymore in the background.
Oh, apart from the big snowflake behind you. And the one sat in front of it, of course, obviously. Hugh Zebediah Thomas says, hi both. Marcus the Daft Sod started a live chat about an hour ago and he's still yapping. Marcus will be there till 3 o'clock in the morning, mate. So
yeah, he'll be there for quite a while, guys.
Yeah. Ben Shaw says, hello all, hope all are good. Hi Ben. Pendulous, good evening all. Bonsoir, tous bonsoir. Pendulous, bonsoir. Juventure says, got a nice cold cider. Oh, I thought you said you got a nice cold cider already. Good for you. I've just got some lukewarm Diet Coke. David Gerardo says, hi Regan. Enjoy your cider. Ruth Guthrie, woohoo, I'm here thanks to one of the spanners on AllShorts. I bet that's Mad Monk 22, probably. Hi Ruth, welcome along. Hope you enjoy it. I'm shocked what I saw on YouTube Brazil, says David Gerardo. I don't know what that is, but Lefty Boater says, evening folks, I Lefty. Pendulous gave Ruth a link. Ginger Giraffe, trip is booked. Yes. Hope to be able to see you when you come over, Gingers. Salea V says, good evening. Hi, Salea. João Moreiros, evening. How was Marcus delayed? Yeah, Marcus was running to extreme Marcus time today. 25 minutes talking to himself, apparently. Casper Northerner, hi everyone. Hi, Casper. Context, good evening, everyone. Hi, Context. And Tim Bellin. AllShorts says me. Thanks, Marcus. I know if he's still yapping to himself, he probably but thanks to Marcus.
Probably giving Wally a biscuit.
He probably, yeah.
Giving Wally a biscuit is what he's doing.
It's really the Wally show, let's face it. So
it is the Wally show. Yeah. You can't have a show about Wally.
No.
No. We've got a lot to discuss, even though it's just another quiet week, isn't it, Lee?
A quiet week in the world of politics and news, yeah, usual.
Yep, the usual. Local elections tomorrow, Coronation on Saturday, Putin getting attacked, and so much more. Let's dive straight into it.
Oh, damn, I'm not ready. What a surprise.
Dear.
No, not that one.
Oh, no, he's doing the fans again, chat.
News.
The news.
And I hope I've got this right. I've got the wrong one. I'm doing so badly. Hang on a sec. Here we go. There we go.
What notes, Lee?
Damn it.
We normally
I can't find it. I'm so badly organised today.
There we go. So
we're on the right one as well.
I'm just going to run down some of the news from the week, guys. So first one, obviously, I covered this full video on my channel. So if Lee wants to speak on it a little bit, he can do. But more than 500,000 people in the UK visited warm banks during the winter. That was from The Guardian.
Yeah, not
Did you want to add anything to that, Lee?
It's not surprising. It's horrible, but it's not surprising.
Yeah.
Was it you were saying the other day that that one of the positives that came out of it was that people were actually socialising as well? We were talking about this last week or something, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to dive too much into it. If you haven't already watched the video, guys, I recommend checking it out. Okay. But there is. Yeah, I've got a full video on it. Right. If you guys want, share my thoughts. I don't want to share too much on it here. Did I just lose my camera? I did, didn't I? Oh, my camera's gone. Yeah. One second, guys.
Nobody can see you anyway because you're not on screen.
Oh dear.
There we go.
I'm still. I'm still frozen. Can you just do the notes for a second?
Post office scandal awarding contracts to Fujitsu, appalling, Minister told. So this is over the Fujitsu built a system for the post office, and a lot of post office small counters, independent counters, the people running were accused of defrauding the post office, and some ended up in prison, had their lives ruined. And it was all down to a bug in the software written by Fujitsu. So allegedly awarding a multi-million-pound government contracts to the Japanese firm at the heart of the post office. IT scandal is morally wrong, the government has been told. That's in the Independent. Guardian has judges urged to block Home Office plans to send refugees to Rwanda. Yes, hopefully that gets blocked. Byline Times has just 85,000 voters signed up for the government's free photo ID out of potential 2 million. Now we may not find out the true scale of voter suppression. Your camera's working now.
Yeah.
Do you want to carry on?
Yeah, carry on. Yep. Warning to pensioners as hundreds of thousands are overtaxed by £3,000. That's from the Independent. UK readers may lose access to Wikipedia amid online safety bill requirements. Yeah, that one's like a bit. I don't want to lose Wikipedia. I mean, it's not the most reliable, but it's still like a place for people to go when it comes to certain information. You know.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of flaws in that online safety bill that need to iron it out before passing through. Okay.
Local elections. Red Rule set to abandon Conservative projections. Suggests that was Sky News.
Hopefully.
Depends.
Fingers crossed.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll wait and see, guys.
Yeah.
Wait and see on that one. The BBC chairman, Richard Sharp, resigned after breaking rules over dealing with Boris Johnson ahead of his appointment. Literally just happened the day after our last week.
I was gutted about that as well. Yeah, but never mind.
But yep, never mind. A government to legalise hazardous accommodation for asylum seekers. Housing and migrant charities blast shameful plans to relax licensing rules around the HMOs for people fleeing danger. That is from Open Democracy, that one.
What are HMOs? I've seen a lot about HMOs. I haven't actually looked at what they are. I don't know.
I think it's to do with
Oh,
God.
sorry, I'm putting you on the spot there, aren't I? But never mind.
Yeah,
I'll
my
have a
brain
look.
scrambled. There's
If
so
anybody
many
knows in
news
the
stories,
chat.
guys. It's just hard for me to remember them all. But
I
yeah,
know
if you go to
there's-
Open Democracy, I'm sure they'll.
Yeah.
But I don't cover really Open Democracy on my channel anymore because I got stick for the last time I did it. So Coronation will include invites the public to swear their allegiance out loud to King Charles.
I think we should do a poll on that. Should we do a poll on that?
Are you guys going to swear your allegiance to King Charles?
Let's do a poll. Let's literally do a poll on that because I think that would be really good. Let's
upset the chat.
If we can find it, right? If you want to carry on now while I figure out how to do the poll.
All right then. It's from The Guardian. Hamza Youssef accused of failure over children's right delays in Scotland. The Children's Commissioner Bruce Anderson urges First Minister to put UN priorities for under 18s into law.
Next one.
The UK households are missing out on £19 billion a year in unclaimed welfare benefits. 19 billion a year. Jesus, that's quite a lot of money. Okay. 19 billion. That money could be used much better elsewhere.
There is a website, and a lot of people are surprised how much you're effectively entitled if you're like a couple, even if you're working, you're entitled to. What's it called? Universal credit, even if you earning up to something like £50,000 between the two of you. So it's worthwhile having a look at that. It might be something that could help out if you're struggling.
We need more spanners. Someone voted yes.
No, not my hashtag. Not my sausage fingers. King says Alistair.
I just I know we're live, but can you just add another moderator there because I can't do it on my end. Can you just put where is he? There he is. Can you just click on context for me and make him a moderator? And Pedulous, because those two are sensible. Those two are sensible people. Just so we have someone there. If I'm not there and you're not there, obviously, just quickly while you do that. Yes, guys. While Lee's just doing that, will you guys be pledging your allegiance to the King? No, not me, King. Not Lee, not King Lee or King Reagan. Will you be pledging your allegiance to King Charles this Saturday? Will you have your flags out?
Who was the other person? Pedulous and who?
Context. He's our admin for the Discord.
Okay. Okay. If I go on the last one, will you do that? If you do that one.
Yeah. Schools to take out Ofsted to call over inspections. That is from the BBC.
You know what? I didn't add that last. That's the last one I've got. What was the last one?
I will just quickly run to the. Give me 1 second, guys, while I just quickly scramble. That was the last one on the notes. The note that we forgot to add, which was obviously the story that happened last night and today, guys, was a crazy nutter who threw shotgun cartridges over the palace walls.
Yeah, he was arrested instantly, wasn't he? He wanted to speak to a soldier. I don't know what that was all about, but saying it wasn't terrorist related, but I don't know, terror related. So
Pedulous, we know you're a spanner for AllShorts, so we just wanted someone, just need you, and obviously context. We know obviously just needed some guys there, just in case we ever need them in the chat in the future. So much appreciated, guys.
Just out of interest, what does spanner mean to you? If you call somebody a spanner? It's an insult. Right, okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't, because I just make sure I'm on the same page. Right, okay. Okay.
Right, let's jump straight into the first.
Well, should you just check the chat, because we haven't, because we've gone through a lot of stuff there. I'm sure there's loads of chat on that.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of them pledging their allegiance to the King.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Not my king, not my king. F off. Middle finger. Okay, this is going well.
Yeah.
Hello,
I think
Tom. Good to see you. Number
should we close the
3.
poll? If you're
David.
gonna poll vote, now's your last chance. Gonna close the poll.
Porky Prime Cut. Good to see you there. Alistair Keir. Tim Ballum.
If
Hugh, good to see you.
Savile was still alive, you would be running the shortlist Coronation. Says Porcupine Cut. Hi, Porcupine Cut. AllShorts is
Not
here.
my king,
Just
says
20
Keir.
minutes. Yeah.
Feck. King sausage fingers, says AllShorts. That's great to know.
AllShorts, you're right. I'm Marcus. Thanks for plugging our show because we've got loads of new viewers here. So that's brilliant. Thanks.
Thank you
really
again. As always, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Viva la Republica, says Jow. Okay.
Ruth Guthrie says, "Do you want the Scottish spin the spanner?" Let's leave that out of the chat, shall we? I'll give sausage. 21 bumfoots. That's what Zuxa was speaking of. Some people read Bible and say, okay. Do no harm. That's my advice. Also take care. Says number 3. Yeah. Right. Should we end the we'll end the poll.
Let's go into
I've got a feeling it's going to be a bit one-sided. Just a little bit. I didn't put. I don't know. And it's 92% say no and yes say 7%.
Context, stay in the chat. I'll get Lee to do that at the end before the end of the stream. Okay.
What's that?
Let's see. He hasn't got the spanner yet, but we'll sort that out.
Who's
sort that out later. Context. That's
okay.
Sharp Ass on Discord, but we'll sort that out and then we'll sort that out later.
Okay.
We'll just stay in the chat. All right. Right. Let's go straight to the first news. Or you could do it while I'm reading the news. Actually, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it now. I did click it, but for some reason.
Yeah. So guys, you probably haven't seen this story. You may not have seen this picture because it's only just come up a couple of hours ago. It's exclusive from Sky News. A new giant barge is to house hundreds of asylum seekers set to arrive in UK. Here's its journey. The Sky News Data and Forensics Unit identified the Bibby Stockholm barge in Geneva port in April and has tracked its journey using distinctive shape of a vessel and marine tracking data. Oh, look at that beauty. What a prison.
Sorry, yeah, what a lovely prison that is.
Yeah, what a prison. A controversial floating barge set to house around 500 male asylum seekers is expected to arrive in the UK in the coming days. Sky News can reveal the vessel known as the Bibby Stockholm left Geneva port on
Genoa.
Italy.
Sorry,
Genova, thank you.
Geneva, yeah.
Well, you know me with my words. And it's currently being towed off the north coast of Spain. Its planned destination is Falmouth in Cornwall, according to the data from the ship's tracking website Marine Traffic. A government source confirmed the accommodation barge is being taken to the south port of England, where it's fitted out before being moved to the Portland port in Dorset. It will be ready to use this summer and will be operational for at least 18 months. Wouldn't be surprised if it goes beyond that, given this government. Sky News Data and Forensic Units identified the barge in the port in April and has tracked its journey using distinctive shapes of the vessel and marine tracking data. The Bibby Stockholm is a section of the roof that is light of colour and the shape of a T. This was visible on satellite images when it was in the Italian port and during its visit to the UK. The barge was in the port in Italy for 7 months before it left for Britain. Satellite images by Planet Lab are being taken to the port on average 1 to 3 days. On the 15th of April, the barge was clearly visible. By the 21st, it had gone. Clouds stopped, and then it been visible on satellite images between these dates. The Bibby Stockholm has no engines, so it being towed to the UK by an Italian-flagged tugboat. Oh, there's a nice picture. Scroll down a second. There's a the next one, an image.
Oh, it's got a bar and everything.
Now, it doesn't look like a prison. So tiny little bit of hope. Tiny.
It looks like a common room or something like that, doesn't it? Or like, it's like
it looks more like a community space or a lobby, shall we say, of it. That doesn't look like a prison.
No,
but the box itself looks like a prison.
Yeah, you can tell because of that T shape on it.
Mm.
I think it was on that one in Genoa as well. You can see the shape of it on the top.
The Home Office says the barge will provide basic and functional accommodation and healthcare provision, catering facilities, 24/7 security to be placed on board. And that's pretty much it from the exclusive article. But that's an interesting picture on the inside of it.
Yeah. So I mean, there's obviously
Still,
that's like a bar. So that looks like, I mean, if you I mean, that could be the staff room. You don't know. That could be where the staff were who are working there actually going
that's
to
a
be.
fairly big staff room, to be fair.
Well, it depends how many people are on board.
That's true. Well,
I
they
wonder.
have.
It'd be interesting to
There's
know what it's
quite a
been
lot
used
to be
for in
on
the
there.
past. It's called Pig Bar. There it says at the end. It says in that sign with like a picture of Porky Pig on it. The Pig for Global.
That's right. Oh yes,
Something.
thank you, AllShorts. Yeah, 500 people.
500 people.
Yeah, that's what it was. 500 people. Thank you. Losing it today. Yeah. So is that the second barge? Because we had this, we had one a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? They were talking about one.
I think that's the
Or is
same.
this
I think it's the same one. It's just that what they showed was just where it was in. It was just a picture of it.
So I don't remember the article telling us that it wasn't in the UK when we covered it.
I think it was the plans of what they were going to do with it.
Right. Yeah. It's a service accommodation. So
it's interesting because Bibby's quite a big company. I'm just let me just get this on the screen, and then we can see it. Oh, hang on a sec. Nope.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've talked about yeah, we have talked. Yeah, it must be the same one, guys.
So this is the official Bibby website. That luxury living on board. Natural ventilation.
Luxury living
Wi-Fi.
on board, so it says, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the location, Genoa. That's the one. That was the picture that we saw before, wasn't it?
Yes, that was the original photo, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the original photo.
Yeah, I don't think that's the same one though, because that's Bridgetown. It says there. I don't know. Restaurant game show. That's that bar. Oh, sure, he's got a little video. Should we have a quick look at that video? I know we're kind of going off topic a little bit, but go quick.
Yeah, can have a quick look. Yeah,
it's only 49 seconds long.
Welcome to Bibby Stockholm. Bibby Stockholm is a floating accommodation vessel, otherwise known as a coastel, and is suitable for mooring alongside the shore. Coastels support a wide range of projects around the world, and they are used to provide worker accommodation when it is either expensive or difficult to find. Coastels can be chartered for short or long-term use, and used during the early development of a project or throughout the project's lifespan. The vessel includes 222 bedrooms with ensuite shower rooms, a large restaurant, galley, multi-purpose recreation rooms, and laundry facilities. Bibby Stockholm offers a completely unique approach to accommodating your workforce and can be tailored to meet your requirements.
Okay. So basically it's a floating hotel is what they're saying for
that's all well and good, but we're still paying for it.
Yeah, I wonder how much this is costing. It's not gonna be cheap, is it?
No, we're still paying for it, taxpayer money. Okay, great. It's not going to be in the towns anymore where people can moan. Okay, great. It's not going to take up hotels.
Well, apart from people who live nearby in that, there's an interesting article by Marina Hyde. I meant to mention this the other day, a couple of days ago, and it was in James Cleverley's constituency in Essex, and they were opening an asylum seeker, a place for asylum seekers there, or they're planning to, and the local residents were in uproar about it, and so there's a meeting, and the people from the Home Office were at this meeting, and they were trying to say, oh well, these are good people, they're hard-working people who just they're fleeing war, some of them they're professionals like doctors and teachers and accountants, and it's like, but you've basically what you've done is the government it's like, well, the way I thought in my head was it's like Schrodinger's asylum seeker. They're both at the same time. They're both completely incompatible with our way of life, and disruptive, and they're all illegal. And at the same time, they're also professional, good, hard-working people, professionals who are just fleeing war. So which one is it? They're trying to sell it as both ways. Obviously to the base, they're selling them as illegals. And to people living nearby, they're saying, "Oh no, these are all right. You'll be okay." Apparently, nobody was convinced. Nobody was convinced that this was going to be a good idea in that area. But then again, it was Essex and James Cleverly as well. So,
Yep.
yeah.
So Braverman with her terrible stuff. Let's shall we move on?
Yeah, we spent quite a bit of time.
Shall we have a quick look at the chat before we move on?
Yeah.
Super lovely. Now come see what you could have won, says Sir Larry the Cat.
Yeah.
This will be a disaster, disease, war, mutiny, says AllShorts. It's a concentration camp, says Porcupine Cup. It is essentially.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as calling it a concentration camp, but it's definitely a prison of sorts. Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, will they be able to leave there? I don't know. Will they be able to go out and about, or are they going to be stuck there? I don't know. Basically, it's just
it was a sale. Yes, Ben Shaw says it was a sale yesterday, and that looks quite decent, but it's still disgusting to put families there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like two to a room by the sounds, by the number of rooms and the number of people are talking about. It's like two to a room, isn't it? So.
Duke Benjamin says, "How about we shove the stories on it and send it out to sea?
Just push it out. Just take a tug to the Mid Atlantic and let go. Bye."
Give Boris Johnson the wheel. Let's see how far they are.
Oh dear.
Oh,
well, he hasn't got a motor.
Allegedly, allegedly, I'm not advocating for it.
You can't steer it or anything. It's just a barge. You just literally push it out to sea and let it go.
Claiming benefits and accused of tax fraud at the same time, says Tom. Absolutely.
Yeah, Mr. Salary Cats.
That and more possibly misgivings, says Ruth to Pedulous there.
Salary Cat says Mr. Slave Trade Ancestor is up in arms about this. NIMBYism lives here. Yeah, NIMBYism is in full swing in this country.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that before, number 3. It could get hot inside. Yeah, blimmin' heck, the summer. Oh God, yes. You mentioned that last when we talked about it a few weeks back.
I mean, it's probably got air conditioning based on what they're saying there. Because if it's for work staff, then it's probably ideally for employees initially.
Boris will swim to Peppa Pig Land.
St Kilda's nice this time of the year, I'm told.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah. Right.
Disease says all.
Shall we move? Shall we move on?
Yeah. Let's move on to the next one.
Yep. Our favourite topic. We were just polling about it. The Coronation. After the weekend, we hopefully won't be talking too much about it. Police to use live facial recognition in the crowd at King Charles's coronation. The Met Police have been accused of using the coronation.
One of my lights just fell down. Sorry. Just going to put the article on because.
Go ahead.
Oh, hang on. Sorry.
It's a blank screen.
Sorry. I didn't set that one up. That's it. Hang on. Go on. You carry on. I'll sort it out. Go on.
All right. The Metropolitan Police have been accused of using the coronation to stage the biggest live facial recognition operation in British history. The force said on Wednesday it intended to use the controversial technology which scans face and matches against the list of people police want for alleged crimes that could identify convicted terrorists mingling in the crowds or Republican protesters, allegedly. Hundreds of thousands of people are expected on Saturday as King Charles is crowned at Westminster Abbey, even though he's already king, after a procession through central London with a massive security operation in place, cost of us, the taxpayer. The announcement came as police were given new powers to crack down on protests, enacted into law by government just days before the high-profile ceremonial event. Campaigners feared the face scanning technology could be used against protesters and that police have done so before. The Met insists it would not be used to quell lawful protests or target activists. I don't believe that for a moment, but okay. Campaign groups do not believe them. Britain's biggest force says it is not used to identify people who are linked to or have been convicted of or been involved in protest activity. That's what they're saying, allegedly. A leading academic expert said a number of people whose faces would be scanned would make it the largest deployment yet of facial recognition LFR in the UK. The scale of the planned use of the LFR was unprecedented, said Pete Fuzzy, who advises the Biometric Surveillance Camera Commission on Human Rights and Ethics. It's also led an independent review of the Met's previous trial of LFR in 2018-2019. The largest previous LFR deployment was a 2017 Notting Hill Carnival, where hundreds of thousands were scanned. A surveillance deployment for the coronation would likely be the biggest live facial recognition operation ever conducted by the MPS, and probably the largest ever seen in Europe. What do you make of them using this, Lee?
Well, it's the sort of thing that the Chinese government uses to keep control of their population. So take from that what you will. Doesn't surprise me
saying
they're
that.
using it.
I was just going. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I was just
No,
going to say they're not. They say they're not going to use it for protesters.
Mm. Who are they going to use it for? They're going to be scanning everybody at the side of the road, and then if anybody protests appears, they can just kind of like track them. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's this sort of stuff. Just it's 1984 type stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it just stinks of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could just see that, like, because for protesters, it's like they're not a terrorist, yeah, but we know they're like one of the ringleaders of the Republican protesters. So yeah, facial recognition recognizing, bing, they're just going to swipe that person away.
That's it. Yeah, if they know who they are, if they got a list of people or they got photographs of people or of people that they suspect might be out to cause trouble, before they even get there, they'll be using the facial recognition to pick them out of the crowd and deal with them before they even get a chance to. So, Zhao says, "Well, Russia and China are using, so why not Angoland? I mean, Wangaland, Wales and England. Yeah.
Once they have the day, they have it for good, says AllShorts. Exactly. Yeah.
That with AI, what a mix. Yeah. Says it's AllShorts. Yeah.
He just says the US uses it too. Yeah, we're not surprised the Americans use it.
Just going back onto last article, there was I think AllShorts says founders double capacity. I think it's like 250 rooms, isn't it? But I think it's 2 to a room, which is probably kind of
something like have, that. Yeah.
What you would have in those sort of working for for if you got like a crew building a road or something, then probably that would be the type of setup that they would usually go for anyway. So that would probably be why it's 500.
Funny we didn't see the pictures of those rooms, like the bedrooms.
Didn't show them inside, did it? No.
Interesting.
Pictures inside. I'll have a look. But no, it doesn't look like it.
But they as far as this coronation's going to go, like I think we know there was reports of up to at least 1,000 people. Republicans are going to protest, but maybe some might be a bit more put off by this. Maybe it was interesting. Political X did a great video. I think it was I saw a few days ago, but he basically was down there asking people about it, like just asking people about it. And there are some people who are still who point out that they are in favour of the monarch, but at the same time, it's like they're not happy that we're paying all this expensive money for it when in a time of a cost of living crisis, which is a fair point. And some people are just saying that it should have ended when the Queen died, pretty much. But it's a great video. Definitely should check it out. Political X, they put a lot of effort into it. I definitely would recommend checking out that video, just listening to see what people down there at Buckingham Palace were saying about this.
Yeah. Although if you wore like a King Charles mask, face mask, and probably get away with it, maybe.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, shall we? We've got a message from the King.
Oh, of course, yes. Very important message from the King, guys. We have exclusive access to the King for you guys.
A message just for you.
Yep, just for you guys.
Look here, plebs. When one says you are invited to swear your allegiance to one, what one means is that one demands you swear your allegiance to one, okay? Do you know how long one has waited to become king? Do you? One has waited one's whole life, you know. I didn't think Mama would ever relinquish the crown, and, you know, if Liz Truss hadn't bumped her off, one would probably still be waiting. So swear your allegiance to one and tug your bloody forelock while you're doing it, okay? Doesn't cost you anything, does it? Well, apart from the 250 million pines you're spending on one's coronation, or as the kids are calling it on Twitter talk, #ChuckyCozzles. Now, you know, one knows that some of you are saying, you know, why when millions are struggling, and we have more food banks than branches of McDonald's, whatever that is. Why are we wasting 250 million pines putting a gold hat on the head of a billionaire tax dodger who is best friends with Jimmy Savile? Well, to those people, one says, fair enough. Good point, well made. But, couldn't you just, I don't know, sacrifice a goat to one or something? Otherwise, one will be getting GBH of the ear roll from one's missus. And with these ear rolls, one hears everything, believe me. Right, one's off for a swansani. Perk of the job. Lol.
All your business
Oh
needs.
dear. hang on.
Fantastic YouTuber.
Yeah, he's quite
does some
new.
Great funny stuff.
He's done
Yeah, very new, guys.
Joe Gooch.
I'll put a plug in his channel in a moment. But yeah,
The only thing wasn't convincing, his ears were too small. He weren't sticky out enough. That's all.
But he's absolutely, absolutely top-notch stuff, really.
Jew Vengeance says, I only swear my allegiance to the people and pickled onion flavour Monster Munch. Fair enough. Charles never looked so smart, says Zhao. Number 3 says, Noddy Salsi says, banners no less effective than flying flags. They should have made one of the Queen's corgis king, says Simon says. Yeah, imagine that. That'd be like, that'd be the greatest thing ever, having a corgi as king. Everybody would love it. Here's a too small to with a cat. Yeah, that's right. Number 3 says, I mean, what happens when peaceful protest is not effective? That is where we are right now. Yeah. It can only get eventually, if the way things are going, it'll start turning violent. And the way they're trying to limit our ability to protest as well. Charles running down the hill looks like a taxi going down the street with open doors, says Zhao.
Did Charles keep the corgis? No, the corgis went to Prince Andrew, I believe.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty sure.
So is he not having any corgis? Is that it now? No, end of the royal corgis.
Was it not? I'm pretty sure it was Prince Andrew they went to. I'm pretty sure.
And a final note goes to Solari the cat, been faced for president.
Yeah, if you guys are in his constituency and you see him, make sure you vote for Count Binface.
Alice says, not my king protesting Edinburgh on Saturday. Oh, Andrew and Fergie have them. But
yes, you got big protests on Saturday. Yes, that'll be. As always, none of the media will cover it because they don't want to.
No. Okay. Next article. Oh, not that one.
Well, that's the notes. This is one that you've got, haven't it? Did you want to read this one?
Yeah, I can do. So, the Essex pub, I think Marcus covered this in his previous stream, but Essex pub that displayed racist dolls closes after a boycott by suppliers. It's been cancelled. Heineken, Carlsberg and Inserve cut ties with the White Hart Inn, which had Gollywog dolls confiscated as part of police investigation. The pub being investigated for an alleged hate crime over the display of racist dolls, and closed business after a boycott by 3 of its suppliers. Bernice Riley, co-leaseholder of the White Hart Inn in Grays, Essex, said the pub could not recover from the stigma of a raid by Essex police when a collection of Golly dolls was confiscated as part of its investigation. The raid gained national attention after a source close to Suella Braverman suggested the Home Secretary had reprimanded the force over its action, but Essex police said it had no contact with Braverman over the incident. It later confirmed that as part of the investigation, it was examining a Facebook post by Riley's husband, in which he compared the dolls to lynchings in Mississippi and expressed backing for far-right groups. Chris Riley's Facebook account has since been deleted. He's due to be interviewed by police later this month when he returns from Turkey, where the family have a holiday home. His wife confirmed the pub was closing on Monday in an interview with the Thurrock Nub News. She wrote that 2 of its beer suppliers, Heineken and Carlsberg, had refused to allow their products to be served in the pub, and Inserve, which maintained the pub's pumps, was also refusing to serve it. She said Carlsberg and Heineken told us to stop selling their product because they don't want their name associated with the pub because of the stigma, and Inserve server pumps and line cleans they're not going to come on site anymore. Riley blamed Essex police for acting on a complaint about the dolls and had chosen not to take action after a similar complaint in 2018. So I'm angry because the police left it alone like they left it alone in 2018. We won't be in this situation now, and we probably would have plodded on with the pub. I mean, instead of just saying, "Oh, leave it alone," why not just remove the dolls? Because that's the source of the problem. If they removed the dolls, this would never have happened. You know,
exactly.
But
I'm going to give you. Can I just make another example?
Yeah.
Right. Some of you know, I've don't want to. Well, actually, maybe I shouldn't give the example because I don't really want to give it actually two way. Actually, I'm going to take that back. You carry on, Lee.
Okay. No, I was just saying. I mean, go on.
I was gonna say something related to my job, but I don't really want to say that.
Yeah, don't dox yourself. Context says, didn't she pride herself about how fast she was able to replace those dolls? Yeah. The thing is, I mean, they've got a far right. The husband was he was doing lynchings. He was doing mock lynchings with the dolls, saying this is what they do in Mississippi. So he's obviously a far right nut job. And then she's just basically going along with it. She's obviously supporting him with it. I mean, yeah, that's the sort of thing they had in the
just
pub.
like keep those either if you can't keep those opinions to yourself, keep those dolls in the back. Like if you wanna live in that goddamn day of age, yeah, then keep it behind closed doors. You know, not in front of other people. You know, this is the society has moved on from it. You know, and if you can't move on from it, then you're just gonna get. You know, this was coming. Yeah, they think this wasn't going to happen to them, and they thought, in 2018, they think, they're just going to be able to carry on as normal. No, it's not going to carry on as normal. You're going to get. You know, it only takes one person to tweet it or picture it, and it's going to blow up again in their faces, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, the thing is, as well, is that I mean, in a way, it's a good thing because now it's one less racist pub landlord.
Yeah.
Country.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yes. I mean, I'm like obviously, yeah. For any time like another pub closing down and all that is terrible. But at the same time, it's like you brought this on yourselves.
Yeah.
Like this didn't happen to happen at all. All you had to do was keep that. You know, if you're one of those kind of people, keep those comments and keep that stuff to yourself. Like,
well, but like I say, in a way. Because this is one of the things is that, up until Brexit, I think there was a lot of racists. Everybody thought, racism's kind of, it's dying down and all the rest. Just people just didn't say it because they knew it wasn't acceptable. After Brexit, people suddenly thought it was acceptable again. And all the racists came out of the closet and all started...
Well, we do have a Prime Minister that thinks it's okay to talk about letterboxes, So
well, we did have
a former Prime Minister saying, when you have a Prime Minister setting that kind of example, it makes everyone think... it's all okay. So, yeah, it's.
So anyway, they're going to apparently they're going to retire to Turkey. Good riddance. I mean, the pub will probably reopen under a different landlord, different name, probably. The following day, the campaign for Real Estate Review Night granted White Hart several awards and placed its guide, which highlighted the pub's extensive collection of old-fashioned soft toys. The pub was vandalised the next weekend. So, I mean, yeah, the thing is, I don't know. Like you say, if they didn't do it, if they followed the advice in 2018, then that's fine. But they didn't. In an interview, Riley again denied she was racist, claimed that younger generations did not understand golly dolls. If people think golly dolls look like them, they're the ones who's got a problem. I'm upset that my gollies are taken. They do no harm. If people don't like it, they don't have to come through the door.
You're living in the past is what she is. You don't understand.
There's a reason why they look that way, and it's it's an old-fashioned thing, and it's racist basically.
Yeah, it's like having a toy with a confetti flag on it or something like that, or
yeah.
Or something with a swatch sticker, and it's just like, it's doing no harm. That's not the point. It's racist.
If you want to put them on the show a bit, in your own area of the pub where nobody else can see it, it's private. But never mind. Yeah, I remember those jam jars of marmalade. Yes, they've gone. Exactly. Brexit enabled them all. Yes. Excuse me.
They should get their license revoked too, says Lefty Boater. Yeah.
Tim, do you know these? Do you know this pub? I'm guessing because some of the things you said. Have a look at the company house records. But I asked the local licensing to do that back in 2018. They should get the license revoked too. So, yeah. Yeah. Why would you put offensive dolls in a public space? The thing is, probably most of the people who went in that pub are probably white, gammon, middle-aged, racists. And so for them, it's fine. You know, they probably agreed with it.
Why would you put offensive dolls on a public space? Ridiculous. Exactly. Like
Tom says there's a tube station with swastikas in the window. I think the issue with the swastika was that it was appropriated by the Nazis, but it's actually like a Hindu symbol of good luck. And so in fact, even I think in World War One, American planes flew with swastikas on them as a sign of good luck.
Unfortunately, you have a market to cater for, says number 3 in reference to Giles.
Yes,
message.
Yeah, for the racist Essex gammon. There you go.
Yeah, those kind of people we do not want in our society anywhere, to be fair.
Okay, then they go to Turkey to retire, says Alistair. Yeah.
Yep. Let them go to Turkey while we carry on.
Yeah.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
So tomorrow, guys, for those who get the chance to vote and cast your vote in local elections, you can do. I can't because I am not available on the list because we had ours already.
You've not got any elections where you live. That sort of thing, isn't it?
No, I do not. But if you got a place where you can live, you can take back control from the Tories and vote tactically here. You can type in your postcode here, which I'm not going to, but
I'm going to type in one. It's not my postcode, so don't. And I'm just kind of.
So you can type in your postcode, and Lee is typing in his.
Not mine. An area near me.
A fake stepbrother or long distance uncle.
It's not a postcode of anybody I know. Hard to call. Bradbury and Green. I think this one is like a half Tory part. 3 seats up for elections. Yeah, I think it's probably Liberal are probably gonna the main competition in that area, but. Find let's have a look. If I go,
I'll give you an old postcode, Lee.
See if that one works. I don't know if that's a Stockport postcode. Bridlington, Stockport Central. Hard to call. Again, yeah.
I'll give WD6 to LV.
Is that Widnes?
Oh, I can't do that
one.
No.
That's not one.
Try P then. This is somewhere along.
There you go. Labour. Bournemouth, Kenilworth. Ellesmere is a big Tory majority and everyone wants to vote tactically to win back this council. Basically, Labour. So you put your postcode in and it'll tell you what's the best party to vote for with the best chance of taking the Tories out in that ward.
Mm-hmm. And remember, guys, very important. Don't forget to bring some photo ID.
Yes.
Please remember to message if you have any family members, relatives, or whatever that are planning on voting anyone but the Conservatives. Make sure to remind them to bring voter ID as well with them. That they have it with them. If they don't, if they've got passport, driving license, or any of the senior any of the senior IDs, just make sure that they have the ID ready for them so that they don't get turned up there. Obviously, if they're planning on voting Conservative, or you know people that are planning on voting Conservative, don't say anything, just ignore them. And if they turn up forgetting to bring their ID and they end up getting turned away, then you'll know you've done all right.
Yeah. Tim says, my racist father-in-law is voting independent as he can't vote for a brown Tory. Pedulous. I'll put Pedulous the postcode that he supplied there. Tory's unlikely to win here. Isn't under Tory control. So vote for your preferred Progressive Party. So that's stopthetories.vote. That's the website. If you go there, and put your postcode in. That'll tell you where to vote. We put a link in the description of the stream already. So
Just back from the previous news, Giles says, "Do whatever you want in your private business, but always be polite, even if people around you aren't." Yes, that's a great way of putting it. Does a mirror count as voter ID? No, Sir Larry, does not.
Do like
you could take one to the poll, and they will turn you away.
just do like Callum Gilhooly, and when they ask you a photograph, you just say, "It's okay, it's me." There you go.
There'll be more Tory posters than Tory voters in Northern Ireland. Chatty rat. What else? Are those the blue or the green Tories? Says Tom. Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, in the area, one of the areas near me, it's always a battleground between the Conservatives and Liberals, Lib Dems. There were not. I didn't see a single Conservative poster anywhere. And I spoke to a friend.
If you haven't got the link, Pedulous has just put it there in the chat for you guys. If you haven't already checked it out, thanks for the link. Much appreciated.
It seems that the Tories. Has anybody actually seen? Or if you've seen the Tory poster anywhere, then let us know, because I haven't seen a single one this election. I don't think you even.
Oh yeah, it's almost like they're trying to disguise themselves.
Trying to hide. It's like my friend said. It's like,
oh, I'm a local Conservative. I'm not a part of the established Conservative
major
government.
Conservative. Yeah, they all avoided saying Boris Johnson's name at one point, didn't they? So, right. Should we move on to the next one then?
Yeah, we won't cover it too much. We'll just highlight it because of time, guys.
Okay.
But obviously the Kremlin have been under attack. Zelensky denies a Ukraine attacked Putin or Moscow. Vladimir Putin has vowed to kill Zelensky because of this. By the way, he has stated that.
But they tried to kill Zelensky in the beginning, which the Ukrainians pointed out. So right. This is
we're going to kill him, he says. But he's like, yeah, but you tried to kill me first.
So Vladimir Putin in the early hours of Wednesday. This is the first video we have. It's in Moscow. We see an object fly in from the left and explode. Now, let's play it again and pause here. We know this is Moscow because this is Red Square. Here's a recent picture of the same place with the Kremlin wall in the background and stands for next week's victory parade. You can see those stands in the video too, meaning it's also recent. And if we play the video on and pause again, there's the object flying towards the dome of the Senate Palace. Moments before it explodes, we can see people on the dome. We don't know who they are or what they're doing. Now, Russia says it was attacked by 2 unmanned aerial vehicles, in other words, drones. We can't confirm that. And if that's one video, here are 3 more. This is a map of Russia with Moscow in the west, and all of these videos show this part of the city. Here's the second. The BBC's verification team has confirmed it was posted at 3:16 Moscow time on Wednesday morning. We see the same dome with smoke rising from it. The words are the name of a local Telegram channel that posted the video. This next video shows the Senate Palace dome with fire clearly visible, and then this shows an object flying in from the right. Again, we see an explosion. Russia says all of this was a planned terrorist act and an assassination attempt on the president, but has provided no evidence to back that up. Ukraine says it's all staged by Russia. As for Vladimir Putin, the Kremlin says he wasn't there at the time of the incident. And these pictures from Reuters on Wednesday show the dome looking undamaged. And while we try and work out what exactly it is these videos show, both sides say the other.
It doesn't look like it's going at high speed, that drone, does it? It's not going very fast. It doesn't look that big.
Atkins there, very good. He's one of the best in the BBC. He is. His monologues are very good.
The Ukrainians basically saying it's a false flag. It's typical of Russians trying to stir up trouble before in the lead up to something.
So we're speculating that Russia set this all up entirely.
That's what the Ukrainians are saying, yeah. But there's been like a railroad oil train has been derailed and set on fire, and it pretty much all burnt out. Electricity pylon's been taken down. I mean, in some ways you expect some of these things because it's probably a prelude to the counter-offensive. There's a drone attack on the oil tanks in Sebastopol in Crimea the other day, which destroyed most of it, which say was that has basically put a big spanner in the works of any defence, because Russia might have, because they're going to struggle to get refuel their ships and things like that from there. So yeah, Tim says wasn't the flag intact. So I mean, it could be either. It's difficult to say, because obviously there's a lot of disinformation when in the middle of a war, the fog of war and everything. There's a lot of information being shouted by both sides in
it's kind of hard to I mean, let's also remember too, allegedly that America did not run Ukraine when they talked about doing their counter-offensive. America didn't want Ukraine striking anywhere into Russian territory.
Yeah.
They only wanted it to be in Ukraine territory. That was made very clear. That's why the counteroffensive has not started yet, because they wanted to do the counteroffensive, but they negotiated with America to kind of hold off on it for now. And this is all allegations, obviously, but but the more I think about it, and especially after watching this video, it's very much it can very much be just a whole setup by Russia, just to kind of provoke, saying, look, they're attacking our city. And it's just like, I'm thinking, did Ukraine really send that? Did they really?
If you look at that, that's like a 4-blade drone. That's that, like the 4-rotor drone. It's like or quadcopter, whatever you call them.
Can we see the same people still on top of that dome?
Yes, you can see them there. The 2 people on top of the dome. So and then it does look like, and that's coming in, actually that looks like it's coming from the left. I was thinking it's coming from sort of far off in the distance, but it actually looks like it misses the target and just explodes above the dome, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe hit the flagpole, but I think.
Oh, great comment, Pedulous. Truth is the first victim of any war.
Yeah, and Tommy Gunn says the same as well.
Yeah, well said, guys. Yeah, absolutely.
Civilian drone does look like a civilian. He wasn't flying very fast. That would, if it was like one of these wing drones that fly like 150 miles an hour, that would be going a lot faster across the screen to hit the target.
Civilian drone, says Keir. Possibly. Yeah. Even if did they think Putin would be sleeping there? No, I don't think he'd be. And
this is the thing. You wouldn't. Basically, he'd be in a bunker. You wouldn't. If you hit the side of the building, it's not going to do not going to get Putin by any stretch of imagination. Xiao says the colour explosion is clearly gunpowder, not plastic explosive, not military. Yeah, I mean, it does look a bit fake, that. Yeah, or the flagpole was blown up as a thing. Yeah, there could be, and that's why maybe the 2 guys who stood there, they were kind of like triggering it to make it look, because it was on fire afterwards, wasn't it? So could be. But that would do no damage if it hit the side of the building. It would do nothing really to it. So.
Yeah. Well, keep an eye on it. I'll drop I'll try and keep an eye on it on my channel and have some shorts if any more developments take place on it, guys. I'll put my channel at the end of the show. Shall we move to something a bit more funny?
Yes. Yeah. Still linked to Ukraine.
We've got a great news, it's a great funny news story, guys. You might have seen this around, but the police arrest fake Boris Johnson for suspected drink driving in the Netherlands. Police say the driver had a fake Ukrainian license featuring the picture of the former Prime Minister and his correct birthday of 19th of June 1964. Unfortunately for the person, we did not fall for this counterfeit, the fools added. And here is the ID, guys.
I wonder if the driver actually looked like he might as well.
That's a Ukrainian former. This is Boris Johnson. This is a true story, guys. This is a true story.
Imagine if it actually was Boris Johnson, though. He's like, I'm just.
As far as I'm aware, the real Boris Johnson was not in Netherlands at the time. On Instagram, the police force added, unfortunately for the person, we did not fall for this counterfeit.
The person couldn't identify himself, refused to undertake a breathalyzer test. Inside, police found a fake driver's license belonging to Boris Johnson. Oh, dear.
What's the former Prime Minister doing with her? Oh dear, oh dear.
I bet it's just a fake joke, a driving license that he probably bought off it online or something, and then when they searched his car, that was the only thing they found was that. And he's like, yeah, that's mine.
You paid for that. You paid. That's the best fake driving license you could have got. Like, you could have got a better image. Yeah. Let's get this respectable individual in. That's the former Prime Minister of the UK. That's not going to work. Yeah, oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
That's it. This is what it says. Says a former Russia correspondent working at Dutch public broadcaster NOS said such fake licenses could be bought in tourist shops in Ukraine. I've seen them from Angela Merkel, Vladimir Zelensky, among others. So yeah, so basically,
it's entirely possible he was bought in a
as a joke, yeah,
as a joke, and then ended up it's been probably blown up, thinking, "Oh, you're trying to trick me." I see. No, I bought that from a gift shop.
Oh dear. Ben Shaw's says, "Can the pub owners take Boris back to Turkey? Then he can live with them and his fellow Turks." Yeah, he is part Turkish, isn't he? Carrie gave him the sack. Well, that's been a bit quiet. We don't know what's happened with him. It's Alexander, not Boris. You're right. It is Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson. They got his name wrong as well. Yeah.
Right, we got one more story for you guys before we wrap things up. A nice, good, warm-hearted story. We always like to end with a positive story. For those who haven't joined us, we always like to share a positive story. Positive Outlook, the website, if they always have great news out. The story is definitely worth checking out. 7th grader pulls off a heroic act of stopping a school bus after the driver falls unconscious. A 7th grader stops a school bus after the bus driver lost consciousness behind the wheel. The driver's sudden medical emergency could have resulted in a terrifying tragedy, but thanks to this boy's cleverness, all the students on the bus were safe and the driver was given first aid on time. This is the young hero who stepped up to the plate to save the school bus. 7th grader Dylan Reeves is a student at Lewis E. Carter Middle School in Warrenton, Michigan. He was riding the school bus back home when the driver suddenly became lightheaded. The shocking moment was captured in a video footage when the driver tried to pull over to safety. The driver can be seen informing to transportation base, "I'm feeling a little dizzy and I have to pull over," he said in the video. However, she lost consciousness before she got to stop the bus. Reeves, who was sitting 5 rows back from the driver, quickly jumped from his seat and pulled off a heroic act of stopping the bus. As soon as he reached the front of the bus, he grabbed the wheel, but instead of slamming on the handbrake, he slowly pressed down on it until the bus safely stopped. While he was doing it, he was yelling at other passengers, asking them to call 911. The bus safely came to a stop at Manson Boulevard near Burnton Road. Soon, 2 Good Samaritans who passed by helped the student get out of the bus and waited until first responders arrived. I think there's a video at the bottom.
Is there?
I think there is. I don't know.
Sometimes we get hit by. Let's see. Might get hit by. What's it? I'll turn the audio off because sometimes we get hit with copyright strikes on this stuff.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I don't know what happened there. Clicked, that thing popped up. Let me just turn the audio off. God, I can't turn the audio off. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I've muted it. Sorry, I've muted you as well at the moment. I've had to mute the both. Yeah, you can see she sort of passes out there. There we go. Okay. So I put you back on now. I couldn't mute the audio on the thing.
You couldn't mute the audio, so you muted me instead, guys.
Well,
in case you're wondering why I was talking and you couldn't hear me. Yeah, luckily the bus driver was all right. And obviously it's absolutely fantastic story. So very brave to go in there and just to react in the way he did. So
yeah, there's a lot of kids on there screaming and panicking, and he's just like, no, just call 911.
Yep.
He was very
absolutely
brave.
fantastic story. I will definitely put that in the good news channel, or good news channel on the Discord server for you guys. Let's have a quick look at the chat before we go through before we head out. We do have one funny video before you guys, so don't leave just yet.
Tom Nelson says that deserves a visit to the White House. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It'd be awesome if he does. Well, the Will Slim Shady, please stand up, says Jow. Tommy Gunn says that license looks legit. Well, apparently so.
Yeah.
Carrie gave him the sack, says Tom. It's a collectible card game.
All these different licenses.
Saw this. The kid had some cold blood and quick reflexes. Yeah, absolutely.
Really good.
Fantastic stuff. So, guys, just before we head out with the final video with a certain man from Portsmouth, just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's come along. A big thank you to AllShorts for bringing some of you guys over from his channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Obviously, we do this every Wednesday, 9 p.m. UK specific time. Obviously, if for whatever reason something's different or something's changed, we'll let you guys know. But if you can hit the like button, we would greatly appreciate it. If you can also share it across other social media platforms, it would be greatly appreciated. And of course, if you hit that bell notification icon, subscribe, you'll be notified of when we go live. Also, I have my own channel. Yes, believe it or not, I'm going to plug it right now in the link there. I have my own channel. Yes, I know. I'm just going to say that again. So I also have my own channel. I've got YouTube Shorts. I do YouTube videos as well on there. And I did my very first proper live stream on Monday. That's not something I'm going to be doing every week. But if you guys want some content from another Snowflake's perspective, not just myself and Lee Corn, guys can check it out there. Have a look. I'm always looking for some more feedback. I've only started the channel about a month ago. So any feedback on there is greatly appreciated. Also, guys, we also have a Discord server. Yes, a free Discord server. Would you believe it? Called the Snowflake server, which you guys can join. It's very free. It's easy to access via mobile too. On there, we do games nights every Saturday. We do movie nights and a music night every month, as well as we have events. So highlighting when certain people are going live, like Max, for example, on his live streams. Graham, Hughes, and Phil with their morning brew, obviously in the morning, or Big Madge covering PMQs. Phil from a different bias doing his live stream on Saturday evening. So just a couple of, as well as plugging lots of video content from other YouTubers as well as covering certain news articles on there. So there's lots of activity going on the Snowflake server, and it's completely free to join. I will put a link in the description for you guys to check out as well. Did I get everything this time, Lee?
Did you do the after show chat?
I did not. I always miss something, guys. Guys, also, so once the stream is over, we will have an after show chat on the Discord server, which is again, you guys, obviously it's free on the server to join. You guys can come in, hang out, and just chat. We don't have to talk about politics, talk about anything you want, whatever it is that you fancy. So that is also as well. Live stream more, says Kier.
Are you gonna put
live stream more?
Yeah, are you going to put the link in there as well? Because I can't.
I will put the links in there for you guys. Just bear with me while you do that. But we have one more video for you guys.
Yeah.
Lee, anything more you want to add, my friend?
Well, Tim says, okay, who are the 9 who haven't hit the like button? So, yeah. And Duke says, what? How dare you not hit the like button? Guards, arrest them. So Larry Cat says, lots of shameless plugs. That's what I like to hear. And everybody's saying good night. We're not going yet. We've got this last one thing. So
but it's an important man from Portsmouth we need to listen to, guys.
So have a good week. If we don't see you in the after show chat, then we'll see you next week. But if you're going to be in the after show chat, we'll see you there. And if not, we'll have a good week, and we'll leave you with this.
Yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and take care as always.
Colin from Portsmouth is on the line. Hello, Colin.
Why hasn't this country got to grips with shredding those bleeding EU laws?
Well, I thought Jacob Rees-Mogg was in charge of doing exactly that, Colin.
Jacob Rees-Mogg is busy telling other people to go to work. Do you really expect him to do his job on top of that?
Well, do you know what we need, Colin? We need a small stationery cupboard in Whitehall with a massive shredder made in Germany, shredding
Deleting
the
the rules
lot of
the
it.
Germans imposed on us. Yes, exactly.
Exactly. Which EU law do you want to see gone first, Colin?
Oh, mate, where do I start?
We'll just start with one of them. Any of
Well,
them.
their
Literally name a
ridiculous
law.
rule not allowing people to work more than 168 hours in a week.
Well, I thought Jacob Rees-Mogg would have been on top of that one.
Food labels warning you the food's been poisoned. Pointless. Temporary workers having the same rights as permanent workers. Are you mad? Tobacco adverts during children's shows. 17-year-olds aren't allowed to drive 7.5-ton trucks. You can't pump cows full of silicon so they have massive tits anymore.
Well,
There's a restriction on pumping sewage into our rivers. That's nanny state gone mad. Why can't Tippy serve battered jellyfish? The EU, that's why. They banned Henry Hoovers from having real eyes. Making companies reduce CO2 emissions. Why? Child chimney sweeps, bring them back. They force mothers to have a glass of water after giving birth. Monkey jockeys on greyhounds have been banned. Airlines have to compensate consumers for delayed and cancelled flights. And get this, credit institutions and investment firms are supervised to stop 2008 happening again. Shred the lot of it.
You want the moon on a stick, Colin?
And you know what's stopping us from getting that moon and putting it on a stick?
What's
the
that?
European Space Agency. Get it in the bin. Anyway,
they
Anthony, thanks for having me on. I've had a lovely time. Love to the family.
Love to the family, Colin.
Love to the family, Colin. Love to the families in the chat.
Right. Bye. See you next week.
Goodbye, guys.